Have you ever paused and wondered what our world would look like if one of its most influential aspects, religion, had never existed? How would history have unfolded differently? How would society, science, and even our daily lives be impacted? Today, we dive headfirst into this fascinating conundrum, exploring the profound implications of a life without God. But before we delve into this intricate web of possibilities, we'd like to extend a warm welcome to all our viewers. If you're new here, we invite you to join our intellectual journey by subscribing. And don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss an upload. The echoes of ancient rituals and forgotten temples whisper tales of a time when faith played a central role in shaping civilizations. The Great Pyramids of Giza, standing as silent sentinels, bear witness to a past where religious beliefs intertwined with societal structures. Can you imagine a world where these structures were never erected? Where the foundations of society were laid on different principles? Today, we find ourselves amidst the hum of a busy city, surrounded by the trappings of modern life. Yet beneath the surface, the imprint of religion is undeniable. From the church steeples piercing the sky to the quiet prayers and the bustling marketplaces, everywhere we turn, we encounter echoes of faith. Could our cities, our very urban fabric, look vastly different if the influence of religion had been erased? Picture a world where the midday call to prayer is replaced by the gentle chime of a clock tower, where churches and mosques are transformed into community centers or museums. Would this alternate reality be more secular, more rational, or simply different? As we venture further into this thought experiment, the impact of religion on history becomes increasingly evident. Wars and conflicts often carried religious undertones, shaping the course of nations and civilizations. The Crusades, the religious wars of Europe, and the expansion of Islam across continents all serve as stark reminders of faith's role in shaping our past. If these events had unfolded differently, would the geopolitical map of the world we inhabit today look radically different? Consider the concept of the Silk Road, a network of trade routes that not only facilitated the exchange of goods, but also served as a conduit for the spread of religions such as Buddhism, Christianity, and Islam. Would the cultural landscapes of Asia and Europe be altered if these faiths had not embarked on their journeys along these ancient trade routes? As we continue to peel back the layers of this intricate tapestry, the impact of religion on art, architecture, and culture becomes increasingly apparent. The awe-inspiring cathedrals of Europe, the majestic mosques of the Middle East, and the vibrant stained glass windows narrating biblical tales are testaments to the influence of faith on aesthetics. Can you envision a world where these architectural marvels never graced our planet, where the canvas of human creativity would be filled with different motifs and themes? Furthermore, religious narratives have deeply influenced literary masterpieces from Dante's Divine Comedy to John Bunyan's Pilgrim's Progress. These stories have resonated across generations, shaping not only literature, but also our collective imagination. How would the world of literature be transformed if these religious narratives were removed from the equation? Would secular authors fill the void with alternative tales and characters? The influence of religion extends its tendrils into the very essence of our daily lives. Festivals and holidays such as Christmas, Easter, and Ramadan are not merely religious observances, but have evolved into cultural events celebrated by billions worldwide. The spirit of giving, charity, and community service associated with these occasions transcend religious boundaries. Imagine a world where these festivals do not exist. Would we still find ways to foster the values of generosity and kindness without their religious undertones? In the realm of personal identity, religion plays a pivotal role in shaping one's sense of self. For many, their faith is a cornerstone of their worldview, guiding their actions, beliefs, and values. It influences decisions about marriage, family, and even dietary habits. Consider the vast array of religious communities, from the Jewish and Christian communities tracing their origins back thousands of years to the newer movements like the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. These communities not only provide spiritual guidance, but also serve as sources of social support and cultural heritage. How would the concept of identity be redefined if religion were not a defining factor? Would we redefine ourselves around different affiliations, values, or shared experiences? As we navigate the labyrinth of this thought experiment, it's essential to acknowledge the diversity within religious beliefs. Different religions have different sets of teachings, practices, and histories. To remove religion entirely would be to ignore this diversity. Each faith offers a unique perspective on life, death, and the universe. They provide different moral compasses, different models for living, and different sources of comfort and hope. Exploring the absence of religion compels us to confront fundamental questions about the nature of good and evil, the origin of the universe, and the meaning of existence. These are not merely theological musings. They are existential inquiries that have preoccupied philosophers and scientists alike. The debate surrounding the existence of an afterlife is not confined to the realm of theology. It raises questions about consciousness, the nature of the soul, and the limits of human understanding. Even in the absence of religious belief, the human fascination with what lies beyond the veil of life would likely persist. In a world without religion, the role of faith-based institutions would be significantly altered. Churches, mosques, temples, and synagogues would no longer serve as houses of worship. They might transform into community centers, educational institutions, or historical landmarks. Religious orders and congregations would cease to exist, and clergy members would need to find new vocations. The absence of religion would undoubtedly lead to a decline in missionary activities and religious fundamentalism. Without the impetus of spreading a divine message, missionary zeal would likely dissipate. Similarly, religious fundamentalism, often associated with proselytizing and the imposition of religious values on others, would diminish in a secular world. The concept of original sign, a theological notion found in various religions, posits that humans are born into a state of sinfulness due to the actions of their ancestors. This belief has influenced ideas about human nature, morality, and the purpose of life. In a world without this concept, would humanity view itself differently? Would the notions of sin, salvation, and damnation lose their significance? Religious prophecies and predictions about the end of the world have fascinated and frightened humans for centuries. These prophecies, such as the rapture and Christian eschatology, have often served as catalysts for social and cultural change. In the absence of prophetic pronouncements, humanity might find itself lacking a common focus for apocalyptic fears or hopes. If religion had never existed, the world we live in today would be vastly different. History would have unfolded along different trajectories. Societies would have developed unique value systems, and our daily lives would be devoid of religious customs and rituals. It's a reality that seems almost impossible to fathom. When we think about a world without religion, it's easy to imagine a society in chaos, devoid of moral guidance and social cohesion. However, this may not necessarily be the case. Human beings are remarkably adaptable creatures. We have an innate capacity for empathy, reasoning, and forming social bonds. If you enjoyed this thought-provoking discussion, please be so kind to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Till next time, good day.